What's one thing that shocked you when you found out how long ago it was? Finding out Shrek dropped in 2001, that movie is older than a lot of people on here, and I still quote it like it came out last week. Realizing the early internet is now considered old. Things like dial-up, chat rooms, even early email feel recent if you lived through them, but then you do the math and it's 25 to 30 years ago. Same with the late 90s in general. It feels close, but it's not. It's that weird gap where your memory says not that long ago, and reality says otherwise. COVID-19 is 6 years ago BTW. It feels like yesterday. Realizing that this year is the 25th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. It's hard to believe when it feels like it just happened yesterday. I was shocked to learn Picasso only died in the 1970s. I was shocked that it wasn't that long ago when I learned about him. I assumed he was some 17th century guy. My birth. Someone referred to the 90s as the late 1900s. They aren't wrong, but it feels so wrong. The fax machine was invented in the 1840s. Sharks have existed for longer than trees and the North Star. The last use of a guillotine wasn't during the French Revolution, it was in 1977. Didn't shock me, but just simply understanding how little kids today know about the past. Often things that are 10 years in the rearview mirror are portrayed as being at least 30 years behind, which sets a precedent to assume time and government progress had happened under a much shorter time span than it did. First fast food chain in Italy. That first newspaper was created in Germany, or China by some versions, more than 500 years ago. The first usage of the word creativity is actually way more recent than I would have ever guessed. Fascinating, given how many modern people identify as a creative. Finding out when Charmed came out smiling face with smiling eyes. 9/11 will soon be 25 years ago. Pretty much any photos from 2014 and on. I just found out today that Battlefield Friends, an awesome series of parody YouTube videos of Battlefield 4, started 14 years ago. Where has 14 years gone? Babies born in 2012 will be starting high school in the fall. Me being born. Breath of the Wild came out 9 years ago. Friends series. The time span between Ocarina of Time on the N64 and Ocarina of Time on 3DS was shorter than the time span between Ocarina of Time on 3DS and the upcoming remake. Star Wars is going to be 50 years old next year. The 80s were 40 years ago.